Log 1. I want to warn you that I might get a little bit loud in this video, so just wanted to warn you. Spoilers for the FNAF 2 movie, okay? There's spoilers in this video. Spoilers. Spoiler. Don't watch this if you don't want spoilers for the FNAF 2 movie. Hi, you can call me Aiden, and welcome to the Alone in Space podcast, which is a new podcast that I'm starting on my channel, with this being the first episode. And the reason why I wanted to start a podcast, number one was I just felt like it would be fun. Number two, I have been listening to podcasts like for a while, so I wanted to try to make my own. And then I also wanted an easy way to talk about things that I want to talk about, because I have a lot of things that I want to talk about, but I don't talk about them because I would have to write like a script to talk about them, and like in a video, and I find like writing scripts sometimes stressful and annoying and tiring, and and also the editing process with those videos is kind of blah. So I thought that it would be a good idea to start a podcast where I can just put the recording on and then just talk whatever I want to talk about, and then just, so that is the idea of why I'm doing this. And today I wanted to talk about the FNAF 2 movie, which came out on December 5th. I did not see it then. I saw it a couple of days ago. I was supposed to film this earlier, but then stuff came up, and then I just didn't feel like it. But I'm filming it now, and I have not yet looked at what other people thought about the movie. I've seen like video thumbnails where people say they either hated the movie or they love the movie, or that it's terrible or that it's amazing, and yeah, but I have not seen those yet. So that's a reason why I want to like film this now, is so then I can go watch those videos, because I really want to know what other people think, and I want to see if they agree with me. And that leads me to talking about my thoughts on the movie. And now I want to say, I don't think it was like bad. I don't think it was like terrible. Like, I think that it was fine. It was okay, but I do have criticisms of it, quite a lot of them. And I wouldn't like. I enjoyed watching the movie, and I'm glad that we got the movie, but also I have a lot of like things that I think that should have been and could have been done better, and by the time I like finished the movie, I did kind of feel just disappointed at a lot of things, and yeah, that's what I want to talk about. So let's do that. Let's talk about it. Okay, so I did make like just a kind of list of things that I wanted to talk about, like just some thoughts, like what I didn't and did like about the movie. So I want to go through these and discuss them. These are not in any particular order. They were just in the order of when I came up with the ideas. I mean, some of them I did put at kind of specific spots, so then it would feel like because I want to talk about some specific things at the end, for example. But that's mostly it was completely in some random order. But so first, I have written. Bleh. First, I have written here. Henry sucks and does nothing, and yeah, like I did not like him in this movie. Like, I just feel like he just does not do anything. Like, I mean, it's fine if he doesn't like do something massive in this movie, if he doesn't do something massive in the movie, but also like he just didn't do kind of anything. Like, okay, so at first we hear about like at the first time we see about Henry at all is Mike finds the like a poster that Henry left there, and then he calls Henry, and then the call is off screen, and then we hear about it when Mike tells Vanessa like, oh yeah, I called that guy Henry, and he told me about you and Charlotte and blah 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 blah. And it's like, yeah, that's okay, why didn't we see that? Like, it's kind of weird that the first instance that we get of this character is just other, like, not even actually meeting him, not even over the phone, but just hearing other people talk about him, and that feels strange. Like, I think it would have left more of an impact if you just actually let us hear him and meet him first before starting to talk about him. Like, oh yeah, I know stuff about him. Like, maybe Mike could have been visited him, like, and then we saw him for the first time. I don't know, but then after he talks to Vanessa, later in the movie he goes to meet Henry, who tells him about Charlotte and William. Well, actually, he didn't tell him about William. He just tells him like that William was the one who, I don't know what words I can say on YouTube and whatnot. So he's the one who's. Can I say that? I don't know. It's William's fault, basically. So, so then, like, yeah, he tells us that. He tells us that yes, it was William's fault, but also he doesn't actually tell us anything about, like, he doesn't even mention that, hey, also we were business partners, and he was like, and yeah, like, he doesn't even mention it. Like, he just says like, yeah, this guy William Afton, like nothing special about him at all or anything. Like, why doesn't he say that? Like, I get why they didn't have it there, because they wanted to keep this like mystery and they didn't want to say it immediately, but at the same time, like, it makes no sense, like, logically, for him to not say that. Like, you would think that, like, especially when he like hears that Mike is going to Freddy's and stuff like that, then why does like Henry not try to do anything, like not help him? Like, he gives him the music box, that's true, he does give that, but also I feel like it's not really like something like massive that he does. Like, yeah, he gives him the music box, but also the music box is used like once in the entire movie at the very end, and then Mike just doesn't use it again. Like, he just puts it away and it's just never mentioned again, and this just feels stupid. Like, what was the point? But also, if we're just theoretically, I'm not gonna say that word. If we just think about it, couldn't, like, we didn't actually need this music box. Like, theoretically, Vanessa and Mike could have, like, I don't know, fixed the other music box that they had before that broke. Like, theoretically, that's possible. They could have done that. So Henry giving the music box isn't something like, oh, he had to do this. This was very important because, like, no, not really. No, it wasn't. um, so yeah, and like I feel like there were ways that. Oh, I just realized I didn't say spoiler warning for the movie. So I'm gonna add that in editing me from the future. Go add a spoiler warning. That that's important, but yeah, that like a thought that I had of how you could have had Henry do more in the movie was that, you know, Charlotte in the movie is, for a lack of a better word, a vengeful spirit, and we will get to that. We will get to my thoughts about that, but you could have done something with that, where Charlotte is like in the movie currently. Shh. In the movie currently, Charlotte is angry at all the adults who did not help her, and again we will get to that. But I feel like one way you could have included Henry more was that she was not only angry at the adults but also Henry, because Henry was a neglectful and just a bad dad. So maybe she was angry that, hey, this is kinda also your fault. I'm not saying that it's like literally his fault, but like kinda just a little bit. Like but like just a thought. That's just a way that he could have been more in the movie rather than just being mentioned a couple of times. By the way, I don't think we get his his name in the movie until like Mike tells it to Vanessa. Like before that, I don't think they ever say his name, which is weird, right? Like like I could be wrong. I've only seen the movie once, but I don't think they said his name before. Like he tells it to Vanessa, like, "Oh yeah, it was Henry." Like, when did we establish this name before? Nowhere. Okay, because like it's like, yes, most like all the FNAF fans who are going to see the movie, they know who Henry is. They're like, that's Henry immediately. But the people who are not FNAF fans don't know that that's his name. So the fact that it just randomly comes up later, it feels weird. And just like, not even just that, like just writing wise, like why does it only get mentioned now and not before? It feels weird. But yeah, I did not care for him. Like there's a message at the end of the movie where he's like, hey, Mike, William Afton's my business partner. Probably could have told you that before. And like, yeah, that's nice, but also like I get you want to save him, but probably for the third movie, or then possibly the movie version of FNAF 6. I don't know if that will happen. I don't know if that will happen. I thought that maybe they will like do FNAF 3 and then kind of fuse that with Pizzeria Simulator and do those like, so they don't have to have like million different fires, and they can get rid of Henry earlier. But then that brings to mind like what about Baby and Sister Location? But I don't know. That's just a thought. But ultimately, I did not care for Henry in this movie. He was just, I feel like I've seen some people say something like, I don't remember where I saw this. I have genuinely no idea. But I feel like I saw someone say something like the movie was trying to do too much. And like I would kind of agree because it feels like it's trying to do too much by adding so many characters and thingies. But also I feel like it doesn't do enough because it's just like but like they have things like Henry and Michael. We will get to Michael, but they have things like Henry and Michael that on like they're not bad ideas, and I feel like they could have been done well even in this one movie, but they just I feel like they just didn't do enough with them, and and next in my list would be Michael, but I don't know if I want to do Charlie first and then Michael. Um, I feel like Charlie is quite a big subject, so maybe Michael first. He's short and sweet, except he's not sweet in this movie because I I did not like him in this movie either. Because like immediately when he first shows up, immediate red flags. I he's so creepy in a not in a like scary way, but more in a like I don't want to be around you kind of way. Like the way he smiles and just his like just his everything just I don't like it. Don't like it. And yeah, I because like okay, so first I want to quickly address this one little thing. This is not a big critique, but I just think it's kind of stupid and funny at the same time. There's this like at the start when Michael takes all the recorders to Freddy's. I think it was Lisa. Her name is I think, but Lisa, the one who gets possessed by Puppet, gets possessed. So, and Michael, who clearly brought them here for the puppet to, and the animatronics to kill, for some reason goes down into the basement where he knows Lisa just went and probably either got killed or something else. And what he does, like, he goes he goes into the basement, and then when Lisa is there and all creepy like that, then he's like, oh no, this is so scary and so creepy. Like Michael, what did you expect when going there? What I mean, I guess maybe he expected just her body, but also like like it when you kind of think about it, it kind of just makes him quite pathetic for him to just like just come and be like super scared the minute you see him. It's like, oh wow, this guy's just not scared at all, which I guess maybe is what they're going for in okay. But that's some not minor thing. That's not really important to. It doesn't ruin him. It does not ruin him. What does ruin him for me is okay. So we see him at the very start of the movie. We see him at the start of the movie, and when he leads the recorders there, and he's all creepy and like and. Then he disappears from the movie for like most of the movie, like until at the very end, like at the very very end, he just comes into into Mike's and Abby's home, and he just goes, "Hi, Vanessa," or should I say, "Sister?" Like, what? What? Like, I wasn't surprised that they were siblings. I was like, okay, it's Michael Afton and his William Afton's son, so it's most likely that they are siblings. But like, writing-wise, that is such a stupid reveal. Like, these two characters have not talked or even mentioned each other a single time in this movie. Literally, no character has mentioned, like, they have not mentioned each other, and they like, and Mike didn't even talk about like William, so then we could go like, oh yeah, they're siblings or something like that. No, we just randomly just Michael just randomly comes and starts lore dropping like, hey, by the way, I'm her sister. I mean, by the way, I'm her brother, and trans Michael, but I'm her brother, and yeah, I work for William. I don't know. Like, it's stupid. Like, why now? Just randomly out of nowhere. It's just why. And like, like, this could have worked, like having them like having him come and say like, hey, I'm her I almost said it again, I'm her brother, just randomly. But like, there should have been some foreshadowing. And as far as I now think, there is no foreshadowing. On my first watch, even when I saw Michael, and I was immediately like, oh yeah, he's probably her sis. Oh, stop. He's probably her brother. I still did not see anything that would hint to that until he just comes and blatantly starts expositioning like, hey, I'm your brother. For once I actually said it correct. But like, I thought that I had, which I think could have worked, is that in Vanessa's dream slash flashbacks, we would have seen, like, maybe we would have seen a door that says Michael's name on it, so then we could look at that and go, oh, okay, so these two somehow are related, and most likely you would think, oh, they're siblings. But or just anything that would hint to them like being related before they just slap you in the face and yell like, do you get it, they're related, they're siblings, do you get it? Like, it's just like, I think it's just bad writing. Like, like you can have twists, but also make it so there's at least something that hints to the twist before you go and twist it all over. Before you go and twist all over the place, like, because then it just comes completely out of nowhere and felt so out of place, and it's just like, where have you been this whole time? Like, bro, you haven't been in this movie for like, I don't even know how long, and now you just randomly come and you're like, hi sis, and I don't like it. Then another thing, Michael also reveals in his exposition, because that's what it is, he reveals that he orchestrated the whole fest because it was his plan that now the animatronics don't have to like disguise themselves, and now they can like just walk around normally. Yeah, and I'm sorry, but like, that was so unnecessary. Like, literally, that never even matters in the whole movie. Like, literally, if you cut the Fast Fest, nothing changes. Like literally, no one even sees them at any point or cares at all. Like, there's the one part where Toy Freddy goes into the Fast Fest and then people see him. But you do realize that the only reason there even is those people are even there is because of the Fast Fest. So if the fast vest wasn't on, then there would be no need for him to be disguised. He could just go. And like, even if someone did see him, which, I mean, okay, I don't like. I don't think they would care that much. Why does Toy Freddy even go there? Like, maybe he had to go through there because, like, he wanted to get to the other side and there was the house that he was going to, or something like that. But also, first off, why does he go to just this specific house? And second, why 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 does he have to go through there? Like, why? Like, I feel like this was just a pointless plot point, and I no, did not do it for me. Then I don't know if this is not the worst part. I think the worst part about Michael was just the Vanessa thing. It just doesn't work. But I think, but then, then we see. I think at this point the classics come inside. We will get to them. I have a lot to say about those guys. But and we see Chica come through the door that Michael just came from. And he's just standing close to the door. And then he's just gone. And we don't see him. And then suddenly, when Chica is dying, after, I don't remember. But suddenly Michael just is back there. And then he just runs out like... And then Jeremy, like, okay, I got... Jeremiah, sorry. But like, okay, I want to talk about it here since it is related to this. But Jeremiah takes Vanessa to the house and stays outside. Why does he stay outside for the whole thing? Like, everyone else is doing whatever, screaming and battling inside, and Jeremiah's just there like, yeah, just sitting in the car. And then randomly, when Michael runs out, then he decides to do something and just like, I don't know, knock him out. I don't remember what happened. And also, what was the point of him like kicking him or whatever? I don't remember what happened, but he like tackled him so he fell on the ground. Something which ended up with Michael on the ground. That was done by Jeremiah. Something like that. And like, what was the point? Because we literally see after this, like, I don't think he got caught, because like we don't see him after this. And we have like this shot, I think, of like his badge, his security badge, that is like, kind of feels like, oh look, he's gone now. Like, what was the point? Like, is it so you can have Jeremiah do anything? But like, why even bring him there? Like, if he isn't gonna do anything other than do something. Shh. Notification. If he's not gonna do anything other than just do something that doesn't end up doing anything. Like, why? But yeah, Michael, I did not care for him either. And I think that was all that I wanted to say about Michael. Which brings us to Charlie. Yeah, I did not like Charlie in this movie. Like, I feel like I'm being really negative because I am. But I just didn't like any of these characters. Like, there's things that I liked about the movie. We will get to them, but first I want to take these big ones out of the way. Charlie. Or Charlotte. I don't remember if she's just Charlie or Charlotte in the movie. I know they call her Charlotte, but I don't know if they also call her Charlie. But I guess let's call her Charlotte just in case. Charlotte, I did not like in the movie. because like, is it like, does it, I think it shows something that all the characters that I had the most problems with were all new characters, and also all from the game. So there's something, they have all something in common. I that might say something, but Charlotte, um, I think let's just start by explaining what happens. I'll just go through the like movie and then talk about what I thought about her. So we get a flashback at the start where we see young Charlotte, or I guess she's still young. That's sad, but we see Charlotte when she was still alive, and we see her at a birthday party where young Vanessa, her bestie, I got this spoiled for me that they're besties. Um, but it was like an official picture that was shared, but I kind of wish they didn't, because it would have been kind of interesting to, actually see that. But, whatever. But uh, they're like, Charlotte is like being loner, she's being a loner and being lonely, and then Vanessa comes and is like, hey Charlotte, you should come with us. And then Charlotte comes with them to eat cake, but then Charlotte sees something. She sees a kid being lured by the yellow rabbit to the back of the restaurant. And she gets panicked and she's like, oh no, I gotta do something. So she tries to tell the adults about what happened. She's like, hey, that kid just got kidnapped. And then this is really stupid in my opinion, because every single one of the adults is like, oh, go away, stop bothering us, you're annoying, blah blah blah, and none of them listen to her. And I get what they were going for. They were going for the adults don't listen, and then she gets mad at them about it. But like, it's done so unrealistically, where it's like surely at least one of the adults would listen to her. Like why is literally everyone just like, yeah, like yeah, like that's just the kid being crazy. Like, it makes no sense from a logical standpoint, and I don't like it. Like, again, I get what they were going for. I just don't really think they did it well. I don't think it really works. That's just my opinion. But then, because Charlotte sees that okay, none of them are helping, she goes and tries to help the boy herself. And William is there doing something, and then he goes away, and then Charlotte like takes the boy and start like carrying him away, and like she walks really slowly. I think it's supposed to be like, oh, he's super heavy, but it kind of felt like kind of unrealistically heavy. Like, she felt like really slow. I feel like it didn't really feel like, oh, she's carrying this heavy thing, which is why she's slow. It felt like, why is she so slow? But whatever. Then William, the yellow rabbit, starts pursuing her, and then Charlotte goes on this stage, and then she looks at all the adults and she screams because she's super angry at them, and then falls on the floor, falls on her knees because she's so exhausted. And then the little boy goes to his mother or something, I don't remember what parent it was. And then Charlotte falls, and we see her back, which has knife wounds on it, and everyone's like, oh my goodness, what? And I feel like it was weird, like, this is a nitpick, but when the mother, whose son was just kidnapped, like, she just lets her son look at it, and she's just like, what? Like, she just lets her son look at this girl who just got stabbed. I feel like maybe you should like put your hand so he doesn't have to look at this. Like cover his eyes, but whatever. And then the puppet, because the puppet comes from the ground. You should know this if you have seen the movie. But puppet comes, Charlotte falls down onto the puppet's arms, and the puppet comes like from the ground. But yeah, and it's supposed to be this super dramatic moment. I feel like there was something pretty stiff about it. I don't know, like it didn't quite hit for me. I feel like maybe it would have been better if they didn't spoil it, because I think they did spoil this before the movie, but I'm not completely sure, so. But I did see it at some point. I don't remember if it was like where it came from, but I think I saw it at some point, so that's also pretty disappointing. But then obviously the puppet, the Charlie possesses the puppet, and then we meet Charlotte in present, and like at the start she's fine when she like possesses Lisa, but then after that I feel like she just goes like they were trying to, like, I get what they were trying to do. They were trying to show that this is like this poor girl who has been killed, and she's so angry and vengeful about it, and she just wants to she just lashes out at everyone about it. But I feel like they went way too hard with it, like way too, like, to the point where it just feels like she's kind of just evil. Evil. Like, I'm not saying Charlotte is evil. That's not what I'm saying. But I feel like they made it very hard for you to actually, like, still, like, you can sympathize with her, but also, like, she's kind of just terrible. Okay, Aiden from the editing. I feel like in this section I was very negative, and I feel like I didn't like explain what I meant. Really, I think I explained myself poorly, so I want to come and say that again. I don't think that they were trying to actually make her evil, and I don't think that Charlie is evil. I just think that they maybe made her like feel a lot worse than she actually is, because we don't see anything her do anything that is like redeemable. She only just does things that are bad, so it really doesn't feel like she's like it doesn't feel like she has redeemable qualities, since we don't see any of those. Again, I don't think Charlie's evil. I don't think that's what they were trying to do. It just, to me, kind of feels like they should have showed more. Like, there's a scene where Charlie, like, as Toy Bonnie, goes to a house to kill a mother, and then the mother's child is like, "Don't kill my mom." And when I was watching the movie, I thought it was gonna be like, oh, she is going to like see this child trying to protect her mom and be like, well, I don't want to hurt this child by killing her mother or something like that, so I'm gonna spare her. And that was what I thought. I thought it was gonna show like, oh, Charlie isn't like, she is angry and she wants revenge, but she isn't like bad. And that's what I wanted to happen, and that's what I thought was gonna happen, but that isn't what happened. Instead, like, she just goes like, yeah, I don't really care, I'll just kill her anyway. And I feel like that would have been a good, like, point to show that she is like, she isn't just evil. Again, I don't think she is evil, and I don't think that's the intention, but it kind of feels like it when, because I feel like it doesn't like show her. I feel like it should have shown her in a little bit more of a positive light, and that just isn't what they did. Like, yeah, I kind of feel like she should have been shown to be a little bit more, like, she should have had more positive moments, but it's fine. I was a little bit heated when I said that first. I was a little bit more negative when I made that first record, because it was like I hadn't had time to like think about it, and now that I've had time to think about it a little bit, it's like I didn't like the way they did it, but I also like feel like it's like I feel like I just wanted to explain it better and like not so aggressively. But yeah, I'll just let my past self continue. So if I sound again very negative or something about Charlie, then just know that I'm not that like that was just me in the heat of the moment, I guess. I'm gonna check if I had other notes. Yeah, and again, I feel like it would have been good if Charlotte was also angry at Henry, so then we could have gotten Henry into the plot and stuff like that, but nope. And also, I feel like is the movie implying that Charlotte works with William and Michael? Because if it is, I do not know how to feel about that, because like in the movie we see Michael like take all the recorders to the pizzeria, and then at the like so and then Charlotte kills them. So it's like, okay, so are they working together? And then at the end of the movie, when Michael comes to give his exposition, then Charlotte stops and lets him do it. So it feels like, are they working together? And then, but that brings up a question, because Michael, I think, at least I got the impression that he was like trying to work, like working with his father. Like he literally, I think, says like, I'm gonna take over and finish what he was trying to do, or something like that. And Charlotte, if you're working with this guy, why are you working with this guy? You do know that his father is the guy who killed you, and also a guy who has killed other people, and it's just terrible. Why are you working with these guys? And like, I guess I'm not sure. We don't know yet if they're working together or if he was working with William. We're not sure. I don't know the details. But if if she is, then I feel like they were maybe trying to go for the, like in UCN, Charlie goes like to William, says, I don't hate you. I don't hate you, but you need to stay out of my way. Which implies he does not hate William, which, okay. And like, I feel like that was maybe what they were going for in the movie, but because I think there's even a line where someone says like, she wasn't angry at William, she was angry at all the people, like the adults who failed her. And like I feel like I feel like it does not work for her to like to try to say like, oh yeah, like Charlotte, like she's so angry at all the adults because was their fault, but also she would be fine with the guy who actually killed her. That feels like she would be fine with the guy who actually killed her, because that feels very weird. Very weird. And I just don't know how to feel about it. And like, I don't know. I I I don't really like it if that's the implication that they're trying to do here. With Charlie, I feel like we have, or Charlotte, I still don't know. With Charlotte, I feel like we have still one thing that we need to address, which is Charlie 82. Yeah. What was this again? Like, in the movie, Charlotte dies in 1982, if I remember correctly. As people who are familiar with the theories would probably know that the two most popular theories right now are that Charlie dies in either 1983 or 1987. And this is saying she dies in 1982. I feel like at this point a lot of people will immediately say, well, she dies in 1982 and it's close to 1983 like in the novels, so it must be true. But also, like, there's differences, such as in the novels Charlie dies at Fredbear's, and in the movies at Freddy's, so there are already differences. So I'm not exactly sure. Like, maybe also, I think that in the novels, Charlie went missing in 1982, but then they, like, actually confirmed her death in 1983. I'm not sure if that's true, but I heard that somewhere. So in that case, that gives even more, like, belief to this being when Charlie died in the games. But there's also the thing of, well, why didn't they just make it 1983? Maybe it's because that's not accurate and it's 1982, or maybe it's because that's not accurate and it's 1987 and they just picked some other number. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know. It's something, I guess. But yeah, I in conclusion, I did not like Charlotte. I did not like the way they portrayed Charlotte in the movie. Like, especially since it does really go against the games, where in the games the puppet is portrayed as a protector of the other spirits and just a protector in general. And in this movie they just really went the opposite. And I feel like maybe they were like give her some arc in, like, maybe the third movie where she becomes the protector that she was not in the movie and that she is in the games. In conclusion, Charlotte, did not like her very much. Also, by the way, I feel like the my thoughts about her Charlotte being a little bit too much evil in the movie, I feel like that's probably a pretty good criticism, since my dad and my sister also had the same criticism, who also watched the movie with me. But it was in the theater, so, we couldn't, like, influence each other's thoughts while watching the movie. But after that, maybe. But my sister was also like, oh, she felt way too evil. And then my dad also was like, who's not a FNAF, he does not know about Charlotte in the game, so he was not, like, biased because of that. But he did say, like, yeah, he didn't really like the way they did Charlotte, so maybe that gives my thoughts some merit. But I'm already coming at like 54 minutes. Oh no, and I can only through like 3 things. Okay, we're gonna go super quick. Okay, the ending. I did not like the ending. I didn't like the ending. Like, and by the ending, I mean like everything that happens at Mike's and Abby's house at the end to the credits rolling. That is what I consider like the ending. And I did not like almost any of it. Like, there were all the things that I already mentioned, but then there were just other things that I didn't like the MCI. We will get to that. I did not like that, but also I feel like my biggest criticism with the ending is that it just feels like it completely stops. Like, it feels like the movie should continue, but it just doesn't. Like, by the end, I just felt unsatisfied by the ending. Like, at the end, Mike and Abby and Jeremiah leave. Vanessa and Mike's like, I never want to see you again. And Vanessa's just like, and then the puppet possesses Vanessa. And I felt like that was a really annoying ending, in my opinion, because I feel like it just didn't feel like satisfying in a way that I wish it was. Because, like, if we compare to the first movie, after the first movie, like after them they leave the pizzeria, we get like this whole like look at what their life is after what happened and stuff like that. And then we get the cliffhanger of, oh, look, it's William in the back room. But also, like, before that we get like this nice ending to this movie. But with this movie, we have like the climax at the house, then they just leave the house, and then Vanessa gets possessed, and then that's just it. Like, I feel like I wouldn't be I wouldn't be that mad about Vanessa getting possessed at the end of the movie, which I'm not a fan of right now. I wouldn't be as mad about it if we had before that gotten some kind of a like satisfying point for us to leave the story for now, then get back to it in the third movie. As it is now, it feels like, oh, we should have still gotten something. We should have, like, what it feels like the story is still supposed to continue, but it just doesn't. I don't know. Like, my sister and dad did, did disagree with me, at least. Like, they gave me some pushback about this, but personally, that is my opinion. And yeah, I wasn't a fan of the ending. Like, literally, when I was watching it, I was just left like going like, what, at the end, when like, that's it, that's how it ends. And yeah, I didn't care for it. I didn't like it very much. Wow, what a shocker! Me not liking something about the FNAF 2 movie. Don't worry, let's go to something positive, right? Doc. Doc. I think that's how you say Doc. Doc. But he had a cameo in this movie where Vanessa like helps a couple and goes to some random house and is like, hey, can you help this couple and can they stay here? And then it turns out that the man who lives there is Doc, who's like, I think you could use a good lawyer. And I feel like that was a really nice cameo for Doc. I feel like he was done justice with that. I did like that very much. And I did think it was funny. I liked it. There. Now you have something positive. Like 5 seconds out of 50 minutes. You're welcome. Next thing, Vanessa's dreams just disappear. Like, we at the start get like these dream sequences, which I feel like were just there so they could have cool flashbacks, which, that is literally why they're there, because they just disappear completely and they have no plot relevance after that. And I feel like that was just like, what was the point? Like, I get it. You want cool flashbacks, that's cool and all, but like you could have done something with this. Like maybe Vanessa had to use her memories to remember something. I don't know. I did like how they were done. Like, let's talk about it now. William, his character, but my audio. I don't know. Like when it peaks, I don't know if it cuts off. So sometimes I'm repeating things. But William. His characterization in the flashbacks was perfect. Perfect. It was everything that I wanted from William. Like, personally, I don't like Wilcare. I'm sorry, I don't like Wilcare. In my opinion, the idea that William Afton is or ever was a genuinely good and loving father, I feel like is kind of absurd. That is just my opinion. I don't have any ill will against against you if you like Wilcare. That's your You can like Wilcare, that's fine. Personally, I don't like Wilcare because I feel like if your Wilcare is something like a different variant. When I talk about Wilcare, I mean like William Afton genuinely cared about his kids. He was a good father, and he was a loving and good father, and then he just snapped. I don't like that. That is the form of Wilcare that I despise. Okay, just wanted to quickly remind everyone that I don't I don't hate people who like Wilcare or dislike people who like Wilcare. You can like Wilcare if you want to. That's totally fine. You have every right to do that, and yeah, you can like Wilcare. You can believe in Wilcare. I'm not saying that you can't do that or that you're stupid for believing in Wilcare, but I also just like making little funny jokes about it. But I'm not trying to make fun of you. I'm just I don't know. Like, I don't actually like have anything against people who believe in Wilcare. I just wanted to say it quickly. So then, yeah, you can go back to the past me, okay? But if your Wilcare is more like he thinks he loves them, or that he does some way love them, but he like isn't still a good father, then that is exactly that is good. I like that. That is what I like. And I feel like this movie did William justice. He was really good in the flashbacks. And in the flashbacks we see there's a part where first off he is chasing Vanessa around with a knife, so definitely a loving father right there. And then Vanessa tries to leave, and then William is like, I love you. Don't you know I care about you? Don't you know what I've done for you? You're my daughter. I care about you and I love you and stuff like that. And like that is what I like. He's using his either actual like care or love. I think that either he does not genuinely care or he does in some twisted way, and but I like but and if he does care, I love and even if he doesn't, I love the idea that he uses it to manipulate his children by saying like, don't you know what I've done for you? You know that I care about you, so you will have to do as I say. Like, you will do as I say. You will bring me what I want. Sorry, but like that I love. That is perfect William in my opinion. I was just gonna go to the next thing. I forgot in the flashbacks, Circus Baby. Hello. Sadly, I did get it spoiled that Circus Baby was gonna be in this movie. I did cut out a long section in between these two clips in between this clip that's gonna come after I'm done talking and the clip that you just saw. So just wanted to say that so then you don't get confused. But I didn't want to include that section, so I cut it out. But I did also get spoiled for Michael. I mean, I I don't really care about that one. I'm just kind of sad about Circus Baby because I feel like it would have been so much more fun to actually like see Circus Baby for myself, being in the movie and be like, what? But I still like the cameo. It was nice. Also, this does imply that at least in the movies, Circus Baby existed in around 1982. Which, does this imply that in the games that is also true? That is not necessarily true. That doesn't immediately mean, oh, that has to be true in the games. But we can also take it into consideration and think it doesn't it not like 100% like proof, like it's not like, oh, this has to be true, but it is worth considering. How much? Not too much, maybe. But like it is worth considering and is worth talking, like just thinking about the timeline, like what the timeline would look like in this scenario, which would mean that bite victim was not what made Million kill children, because the fun times were designed to kill children. So if that was true, I'm not saying it is. The teacher, Abby's teacher at the school, is terrible. I hate him. I strongly dislike him. And I'm not saying this in a way where like, oh, he was terribly written, I hated him. I mean this I hate him. I hate him personally. If I see that guy in person, I don't know what I will do. No, not anything too drastic. I will probably give him like a nasty glare, like ugh, because like he sucked. I mean, I can't do that anymore since he dead. But like he sucked. I hated him. He was he's just an asshole. Like what an asshole. Because like he just broke Abby's project just like that. Like, why do you do that? Why are you such a mean, stupid old guy? Not that old guys are stupid, just that one. Also, speaking of Abby's project thing, Abby's project breaks because of that guy, and then Toy Chica offers to be her new project, and Abby accepts, and she pretends that Toy Chica is her project. And I don't like this simply because I don't think she was cheating. That's it. It's not nice to cheat. She shouldn't have cheated. It's not a big deal, but like also, don't do that, Abby. No. No, not good. So that, and by the way, another thing that I liked, Toy Chica was amazing. I loved Toy Chica in this movie. She was like probably my favorite character in the entire movie. Like this is probably like just the best we've seen of Toy Chica in like years. I mean, I haven't, like, I wasn't there, but like since I came really into the fandom. Like I was there, like there kinda before, but really came into it and really like just became brain rotted with FNAF around the 10th anniversary. So, but like Toy Chica has not been this good for a while, because literally she has just been a walking, talking joke about how people simp for her. And don't get me wrong, I do find the Toy Chica joke kind of funny sometimes. Not always. Sometimes it's too much, but sometimes it's fine. Sometimes it's funny. But also I do think that Toy Chica should be more than just that joke. And I feel like they did her justice in this movie. Because here there was no mention of her being attractive or anything like that. And I feel like that's really nice. I like Toy Chica's voice, I liked her personality. And when she made the joke of, what's in your head? And like, what I want to see into your head. And then he's like, what's in there? She's like, what's in there? And then she's like, oh, there's nothing inside. Then I predicted that joke before she did it, so I went like, nothing, silently, and I was right. I feel like now we can talk about the other toys. I feel like we're not done nearly as well. So, Toy Bonnie, I feel like wasn't bad. I liked Toy Bonnie when he was on screen, but I feel like he did not have that much. And Toy Freddy like had only one or two notable scenes, and he literally just talked once, I think. And I feel like that's a shame because I feel like they could have done more. And Mangle has the car scene. My problem is Mangle has like left no impact at all. Like, yes, she has that scene, but like she has nothing to actually, like, she has no personality. I think that's it. Like, I feel like all of the toys could have used their fourth scene moment, because hot take, I liked the fourth scene from the first movie. I thought it was cute. And I feel like it would have been nice to see something like this for the toys. Not because like then it would have like made them more it could have showed their personalities before we go into killing mode. And by the way, no, I'm not saying that they should just stop in the middle of the movie and go like, hey, let's build a fort. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that when Abby meets them, Abby later tells us, the audience, that, oh yeah, Chica and the others helped me build my project, like help make it better, and like that could have been it. That could have been the fourth scene. Like they even say like Freddy tried to help, but he wasn't very good at it. Like that would have been so cute to see. Like we could have seen Abby bonding with the characters and could have seen their personalities. And like I would have liked that. And also we could have humanized Charlotte. Come on, it was right there. But I just think it would have been cute to see like them bonding before we go into killing mode. So then like we would have known these characters more and we would have seen their personalities. It was right there. You could have done it. Please. Also, Balloon Boy. They did Balloon Boy dirty. Like he was in the movie for like 2 scenes, and then immediately after the second scene, he just immediately gets decapitated. His head just gets. He just loses his head immediately because Mike just like went like, huh, and then done. Like, come on, give him more. Like. That wasn't enough in my opinion. Like all the build up from the first movie, and this is what you give us. Disappointing. Abby, another one of our characters. I feel like Abby was good at the start. I liked her, but then at the at the end, she just doesn't do anything. Like she just kind of disappears from the story. Like we see her at the school, and then she just disappears, and then she comes back, and then she's just there to be like, oh no, oh no, oh no, and I feel like it's boring. Let her do something. Let her do anything. Like I hope that in the next movie she will do something actually in the climax, because like she didn't do like actually I was gonna say she didn't do that much in the first movie, but actually she did literally defeat the Yellow Rabbit by putting on that drawing. So like She literally did nothing in this movie. Why did you say get away from her? You just made her like cough up Charlotte and then just go there like, ooh, scary. Come on, give my girl something. Come on. And the tease. We saw a teaser about FNAF 3 where in the teaser we saw the guys going like, I found one, a real one, and they see Springtrap. I think Springtrap looked pretty good. I think he looks good. I'm excited for what's gonna come next. I know that was not the end. I just had it here now, so I still have more. The Withers, they were like, what was that? They had like each like I don't know if any of them even had 1 minute of screen time. Like literally every single one bit of their screen time was basically just shown in the trailers. What are you doing? Why are you leaving them on the bench? Come on. Like let them do anything. Like, and I just no. Come on. Like I'm not even the biggest Withered fan. I like the Withers, but I don't have a personal attachment to them. And I think they did them very dirty. Like, come on, you could have done more than that. Whatever. Mike Smith is forgettable. Did not care. Still don't care. I mean, in the first movie, at least he had something. Now he doesn't. He didn't really have anything. He was just there to listen and then tell other people stuff. I don't know. Why do I have so many things here? Oh no. Okay, let's talk about some of the big ones. The horror. I thought the movie was decent at horror. It wasn't like I kind of expected it to not be super scary because like all of the the movie was marketed like, oh, it's gonna be so much scarier than the first one, and like yeah, it was scarier, but like not that much. Like it's fine. It wasn't really scary. The scariest parts for me were the loud noises in the theater because like literally just even though I knew a car was gonna go past in one of the scenes, and even then I still startled me because it was so freaking loud. So freaking loud because it's a theater. But then Michael was I no. He was like the scariest thing, and I don't mean like scary in a scary way. I mean like scary in a get away from me way. Like I did think Puppet was pretty good. Like scary wise. My sister said she was scared of the puppet, so I think that says something. Good job. Good job. Yeah. Okay, now I'm gonna rant again. What was the happiest like What was that scene where the MCI moved on? Excuse me? Was that supposed to be the happiest day? Because like, no. Like, okay. So, in the movie, the classics are barely not seen at all. We like have some scenes where Abby like is like, oh, where are my friends, and then they go there and they're not there, and then they leave and stuff like that. And then at the end of the movie, Mike is like, yeah, I'll go get help. And I thought, oh, is he gonna get Henry to help? Henry finally can do something, and no, he goes to the classics for some reason, and he's like, hey dudes, if you're here, then come help me. I mean, like, we need your help or something. I don't know. they do come to help. They come to help. They're at Mike's and Abby's house, and the toys are like trying to come and fight them, but oh, the classics come and they fight the toys, and then it's not like a big fight. They just come and kind of like slap them in the face, and then they're done. It was fine. But like, I feel like you. I don't think they made. Okay, actually, okay. I'm gonna talk about the big thing that I dislike about this. The way they did MCI, like so. Earlier in the movie, they say like, "Oh yeah, the animatronics cannot leave Freddy's Pizzeria," and they are. It is mostly just talking about the toys, since like they are the relevant animatronics. So at the end of the movie, the classics come, and then they're like fight the toys, and then they are like, ugh, and then then because like we otherwise probably wouldn't even realize what's happening, Mike has to go like, oh yeah, it's because their batteries don't work because they're not as Freddy's, and it's like, but like they didn't. I didn't think that it meant also the classics. Like I know that's kind of like that's in the week before, but like if I didn't catch it, I don't know if some other people would. Like I didn't think that would apply to the classics as well. And then they like say like, oh, so you're dying? Then the Golden Freddy spirit appears, and he's just like, yeah, we're gonna die now. I hope you're ready for William. He's gonna come soon. Anyway, bye. Like, was that supposed to be the happiest day? Like, what was that supposed to be the happiest day? Genuinely, out of the context, if when the spirits were gonna like move on in the movies, I would have liked something more like happiest day. But that's not really like what I'm most baffled at. I'm most baffled at the fact that like we don't see these characters at all throughout the whole movie, and then at the very end they just show up and then immediately die. They just die, and it's like, why was this writing choice? It just feels like it feels so like anticlimactic, maybe. Like they just come for a couple of seconds and then immediately die, and it's like you do realize now this is not a satisfying ending, in my opinion. It wasn't satisfying to me. I don't know if it was for you, maybe, but personally, no, that's not satisfying at all. Like, we barely hear about them, and then we barely see them, and then they just come and then immediately die, and we don't even get like a nice like scene of them moving on. We just get one of the children appearing and going like, yeah, we're gonna move on now, bye, and like what? Also, Golden Freddy Kid wouldn't have even had to move on because like he's not out of battery, so like also this implies that they could have moved on the whole time. They just didn't want to do that. Why? Like, they literally say something like, you know, our bodies don't work, so we're just gonna go. Like, so you could have done that the whole time. Why did you do that? Why? Like, why? And then the Golden Freddy Kid is like, yeah, William's now gonna do something, so blah 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 and stuff like that. It's hard to explain. I just didn't like it. It felt really like unsatisfying as an ending for the MCI, especially since I really liked them in the first movie, and I really would have hoped that they would have been done better. Yeah, I just didn't really like it. Sorry. Then still more things. I just this is quick one. The fast talker was very overhyped before the movie. Like they were acting like, oh, this is gonna be such an important thing, but it's not like yeah, it calls for Abby, but then it doesn't really do anything. Like I feel like it just was very overhyped for what it actually did. I'm not really complaining that it like I'm not saying if they didn't hype it so much, then I wouldn't be so like disappointed by what it actually is. But yeah, the end credits. I was I was like waiting. I was so excited because I hoped and hoped that the song that would be playing for the end credits would be "It's been so long." And it was, but I because of the ending I didn't really enjoy it. Like I did like start going like but like I didn't enjoy it as much as I wish I did because of the ending. That sucks. I wanted to enjoy it. Also, the starting credits where the music goes. I like the first movies because it told a clear story and it's very memorable. Like because you can see like all the kids getting kidnapped by William, and it's like you immediately like if you don't know what the movie is gonna be about, then you immediately know like, oh, this is kind of what it's about. Like it tells you what it's gonna be about. But and also it's memorable. Like you can like you don't remember every single detail, but you kind of remember like this basic idea. The second movie is one I don't remember anything about it. Like I remember it had the toys and the puppet, and that's just kind of it. I don't remember anything that actually like anything specific about it, and that I feel like because it's supposed to kind of be setting the tone, and like I've at least in the first movie I felt like it really like set up like what the movie is gonna be about, and now it's just kind of like there because the first movie did it, and that kind of sucks. That's just personal opinion, but in my opinion, there was no DCI in this movie, and neither was in the Silver Eye, so it's starting to look a little bit worrying for all the DCI believers because like 2 out of 3 continuities with no DCI feels kind of I feel like the office section was just kind of boring. Like I feel like I don't really care about the office section. Like I think it should be there since Five Nights at Freddy's, but also like wasn't really like, oh, I need to see this. But personally, I didn't care for it. It was fine, I guess. That's just I don't know. The taxi driver in the movie. We see the taxi driver from the previous movie where he picks up Golden Freddy and Abby, and then he's like, man, these guys are weird. And in this movie, he picks up Abby and Toy Chica, and he's like, not again. I should get a new job. He will not be getting a new job. I bet that in the next movie, we will see him still at the same job, because I know that he does not actually mean that, and he's gonna be at that job for the rest of his life. Also, why does Toy Chica only remove her beak once, and it's for a joke? Why? Toy Chica's beakless form is her scariest form. Why didn't you use it? I thought it was supposed to be scarier. This movie, like, why didn't you use it other than once? And it's for a joke again. Why? Shadow Bonnie was in the movie. I saw him for a second. Not really anything too significant. Just wanted to mention he was there. Good for him. There were fanverse Easter eggs, I think Popgos and maybe candies. I don't know. I'm not really familiar with the fan games. I'm gonna be so honest with you. Now, the 2 important questions. Was it better or worse than the first? I don't know about objectively speaking, but personally, I did like the first movie better than the second movie. It might be biased because there's just so many like singular moments that I really like about the first movie, and also I don't have that many critiques about the first movie. I think a big part of it might be just the fact that I've gotten more critical since I watched the first movie to now watching the second movie, and so I see more like critiques more easily. But I don't know. I just prefer the first movie personally. I'm not saying it's objectively better or the other ones objectively worse. Personally, I just like the first movie better than the second movie. And yeah, again, I'm not saying the second movie was like terrible, but also I'm not saying it was especially good either. Sorry, but like it was fine. Again, it's fine. And then what is next? Well, next is probably FNAF 3. And I hope at least, and it seems like to me that we're also gonna get a sister location movie at some point. And please, please, thank you. Please, I need it. But yeah, FNAF 3 is gonna be probably the next thing we'll see about the FNAF movie universe, and yeah, I think those are like my thoughts about the movie. Also, I didn't mention actually anything that I thought about Vanessa, other than something like passing, but like seems fine, I guess. I don't know. Fine, seems fine. Again, overall, I thought the movie was fine. I have a lot of critiques about it, and I can't really say I particularly liked the movie, but there were things that I enjoyed about it, and I do want to see it again at some point. But, but, I think that means that since we are done talking about the movie, I am done with this podcast. So I hope that you like to listen to me ramble about this movie, and I want to hear if you want to, and if you're actually watching this video, I would like for you to leave a comment and tell me what you thought about the movie. And I am now going to go watch probably other people's like reviews about it and theories about it, because I've been waiting to watch those for so long, because I did not want my own opinions to get influenced by their opinions. I've only talked about my opinions before this video with my sister and my dad, so it's finally nice to get it out, and it's finally nice to go listen to what every other people have to say about it. But again, I hope that you like this podcast. I hope that you will like to see more, because I do want to make more podcasts, and I hope I will see you in the next one. Bye!